All right, well, welcome to a very special edition of the SJHL Insider, and we have a very special guest. It is one of the newest inductees to the Saskatchewan Hockey Association Hall of Fame, our outgoing referee in chief, Brad Howard. Brad, how are you doing? And thank you so much for your time.
I'm doing great, thanks, and I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, it's always great to talk to you, Brad. If you're not or haven't been around the SJ for the last long time, one of the nicest guys, always willing to chat, and I really appreciate everything that Brad has done with the league and for the league, and to help me and everything that I've done too. So that's awesome. Well, first of all, Brad, maybe give the people out there who don't know, how long were you involved with the SJ, and kind of what's next?
Uh, I started in the league when I was 18 years old as a linesman in 1979-80 season, and either through the Western League or SAS Junior. I had some overlap years where I worked both leagues, but I've been involved with, I think, about 35 years overall in SAS Junior and 43 years overall, 44 in junior hockey.
Wow.
So quite a while I've been involved. As a linesman first, and then a referee, then a supervisor, then the referee in chief. Then we changed into the director of player safety and officiating. So lots of different roles in the league, and loved every one of them, and loved the SJHL.
And moving on now, what's next for you?
So I've got an interesting opportunity. Last year, just I traveled with my wife, and through conversations with one person that worked over at the Austrian Pro League, he asked if I'd work with them there, and they had a team in Hungary where we were visiting, and so he asked if I'd do work with their officials there, and ended up going on two trips and working in the Austrian League twice, and some of the games in Hungary. Some of the Hungarian officials asked if I'd go watch them in games in Hungary, which I did, and one thing led to another, and received a call in the spring from the Hungarian Ice Hockey Federation and asked if I'd work as an advisor with them. So I'm going to be spending 70 days over in Hungary this year working with their officials, and just got off a conference call with their leadership group, and really looking forward to working with the officials over there next year.
That's really exciting. Now, what's the plan then for the SJHL? Because obviously, again, for those that don't know, you were referee in chief. You were kind of in charge with a group of people that decided discipline, things like that. So, what's going to happen now with the league in that area?
Well, Paul Raycroft will take over in my role. And actually, last year, Paul did a great deal of it anyway. So, Paul will be dealing with the club teams, which is a big part of your job. And obviously, dealing with the instruction and direction with the officiating. I'm going to advise him behind the scenes, still do a little bit of paperwork for him. He's still working full time as a teacher, so I'll do some of his admin stuff behind the scenes. Um, Chad Marshall was our head of discipline last year, and Sean Dufour. They'll still do the discipline, and then just I think on from periodically they'll ask my opinion on things before they make a decision. But so that sort of thing. Chad's role will still be the exact same, and Paul will just take on a larger role. He did a lot of it last year with me. I would say we were co-RICs last year, and yeah, so he'll just take that on, and I'll be in an advisory role with them.
There you go. Paul Raycroft will be taking over, as you mentioned, and obviously a great dude we all know around the SJ for a long time. Great Humboldt guy as well. I got to ask you two more questions, Brad. I don't want to take too much of your time. Really appreciate it. If people want to know more about Brad's story, by the way, some hack wrote an article about Brad on the SJHL.ca website. When was that, Brad? Like last year, 2 years ago? I can't even
I
remember.
think it was 2 years
two
ago.
years
Yeah.
ago on Saskatchewan's finest. So go and check that out. We outline Brad's whole story, which is an awesome story. Just talk about what this maybe means, for your family. I know your wife is big into figure skating officiating, as well as training figure skating officials as well. Just talk about maybe what this means for your family.
Well, that's where it all started. I went on a trip with my wife last year. She went to Hungary to judge figure skating. So I I decided I was going to do a little traveling with her. I had never done that in the past, and she travels a great deal. So did that. And that's where when Tommy Cowell from the Western League, he works with the Austrian League. That's how this all came together. So Karen and I are going to try to coordinate some travel. She has a competition coming up in Germany, I believe.
Mm.
So I think I maybe will go with her over there with her and then right over to Hungary after that if we can coordinate it through that. The girls, both my girls are teachers and very involved in basketball actually. One is a part-time coach with the Huskies up in Saskatoon, as well as doing some club team with some underprivileged kids. So she
Mm.
loves doing that. And she's also the assistant coach with Team Saskatchewan here at the Summer Games. So she's preparing for that. And my other daughter referees basketball at the Canada West level down. Lots of work with the Regina officials. So, um, there'll be more FaceTime calls than in-person visits this year, but we'll all make it work, and we always have as a sport family.
There you go. Very, very neat. Obviously, Brad, I don't need to say we're all very proud of you and excited for what's next for you. So that's awesome. Last question there then for you, Brad. As you kind of look back, I don't know if you've had time to reflect on your time working in the Saskatchewan Junior Hockey League. Obviously, most recently with Kyle McIntyre, the commissioner, and everybody nowadays. I guess just talk about how you reflect on the last little while. I know you were. I don't know what the right words are needed to be convinced or whatever to kind of come back. When the transition from Bill to Kyle happened, but just talk about the last couple of years especially and how you reflect on the decision to keep helping and keep sticking around.
Well, like I said, I love the league. In this role, it can be tiresome.
Sure.
You get beat down a little bit from time to time with people upset with officiating. So, but you love the guys, you love the league, and then when Kyle took over, Bill, I loved working with Bill. I loved working with Kyle. Both great guys, and anyway, I just thought maybe it was time to transition out with Bill leaving, and Kyle came on and asked if I'd stay aboard, and actually glad I did because I really enjoyed working with Kyle. Also, I think I had a little bit of corporate knowledge to help him along the way too when he transitioned in, but he has real passion for the league as well. And he played in the league, and now he's thrilled to be the commissioner of the league. So I'm glad I stayed on. It worked out well, and then really excited about getting Paul involved. Paul's a great enthusiastic guy. Was a good official with us when I was the RIC, and then Chad and Sean on the discipline. So really, I'm really excited where the league's at with those three guys coming on, taking on the role in those. It's nice to get some young guys going in that, and then Kyle's leadership. So uh, I just think it's set up really well, and I'll always be here for a phone call or whatever from those guys if they need to make one. So yeah, again, super happy I stayed on, and super happy where who's in place now to keep the ball rolling.
Well,
So
we are super happy you did as well, Brad. Once again, from everybody at the SJHL, thank you so much for your service and for your time. And just as continued, as you said, you'll continue to be there for all of us. So we appreciate that. And Saturday, I believe, is you're going to be inducted to the Sask Hockey Hall of Fame. Big honor. I'm sure you've had a bunch of honors over your time, but this one's kind of be pretty cool too, eh?
it certainly is. It's humbling. Like again, I've been around for a long, long time, and so it's really nice to be to be acknowledged for your work over those years. So you have the pro players going in, and they're big name people, but you also have you know people like myself, Al Hubs, and he was the president of the league when I was the RIC of the province, and people like us that can also be put in. So yeah, it's a real honor, and I'm super excited.
Well, Brad, thank you so much. We're excited for you and all the best. Keep in touch moving forward. Thanks, Brad.
Thanks so much. Appreciate the time.